Alright gang, here's another knife that the previous owner of my house left me. I'd never heard of this brand before, and I think I'm going to say it right. It's a Cattaraugus 225Q. It's a good looking knife. It kind of reminds me of a K-bar. Now when I looked into the history of this knife, people say it was for commando use. Other people say that it was a military knife that had to be ordered by the soldier through the quartermaster, and it was called the quartermaster knife. But it is supposedly a World War II era knife. Now I understand they did make this knife after World War II and possibly before it, but the gentleman I bought my house from fought in World War II, and this knife was amongst all the other knives that he left. So let me pull it out of the sheath. Alright, here it is out of the sheath. Now I'm going to handle the knife just so you can see the blade has some notches in it. I don't know how that happened. There's where it says Cattaraugus 225Q. The handle is leather, and you can see on the handle it's also got some gouges in it on both sides. And that's a well-made knife, and I had actually contemplated carrying this knife, but I never did. You know, when I say carry this knife, not for gang fighting or anything like that, but you know, when I'd go out in the woods hiking, walking, or whatever, you know, every now and then it'd be nice to have a knife, and I thought about using this one, but I never did because the sheath has got a lot of age on it, and I was scared I would tear the sheath, and I really need to condition the leather. It does have one tear in the sheath. Now, like all my other stuff, this knife is going nowhere because it was basically a gift. When I found the knives, I told the original owner I had them, and he told me to keep them, just send him this cat of nine tails that was in the bag with all these knives. I was looking, I got curious late last night, so I started looking on YouTube, and well, you know, a few people were talking about them. A lot of people restored the ones they found because the leather handles were gone, but you can see that it was the same knife. And one guy said that the prices are just going up on them, so I went to old trusty eBay, and my goodness, I looked at the knives that sold. Well, let me start over. The listings of the knives are all over the board. The sold prices was as low as like 50 bucks, as high as 134 bucks without the sheath. Now, I didn't read all the descriptions and all that. It just puzzled me that there was a huge range difference of prices for this same knife, and there were several of them on eBay. But that's the Cattaraugus, and I hope I'm saying that right, 225Q, commando knife, quartermaster knife, army knife. It's got all these names. It was pretty fun reading up on the history of the knife and how it came with all the different names. It was like called the quartermaster knife because they said the quartermasters were issued these knives so they could open up boxes and barrels. And then but the story I think is more accurate is that the soldiers had to, if they wanted this knife, it wasn't a knife that was issued, but it was available for purchase through the quartermaster. And I don't know what the cost was back then, but it's a cool knife nonetheless. Alright gang, that's it.